Okay, greetings again, everyone. So we had a good night last night. Unfortunately, I have to make this a $100,000 account because of the margin requirements out there right now. I can't simulate, or I don't know how. If anyone out there knows how, but I can't simulate the margin requirements offered by brokerages. Because usually, as I recall, you can trade lesser, you know, s- smaller accounts on margin on the ES futures, but you just can't hold overnight, and that's why brokerages allow you a reduced margin significantly to where you can actually trade probably two contracts at a time on the futures market. So, what I've decided to do is go ahead and make our goal, our first milestone, to increase our paper trading account balance to 500,000. But we are going to treat it. We're going to treat it like a $10,000 account. Okay, we're just going to imagine that that's what we have. So we're going to not have such wide stops tonight. Um, make it a little bit more realistic for us. Again, the principles are always the same, folks, but still, you want to try to make this as real as you possibly can. So, just some quick analysis before we get started, just to get an idea of what the market is doing. I've been watching it today, and it seems like, yeah, we are going down. I have not seen any confirmation for a reversal or a bottom that is in for the S&P 500 right now. As I see it, we are in the top of the demand zone one. So, and I'm seeing still heavy resistance trying to break into the supply zone. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I think, I don't think we're going back up there. I think we're going to come back down first, fill this gap, and probably retest 5155 around that area um, before we go up. So since we are at the top here, just seeing uptick but declining volume. So we're going to see what the we're going to zoom in here, see what is happening right now. I am uploading last night's video right now. You should see my results from last night posted already, but here I'll show you real quick. Just go over our trades. So my first one was losing, but overall we did pretty well. I had two $400 losing trades, but I won more than a loss. I had 6 winning trades in a row, but that was easy trading on an easy channel. So we wound up plus 2,700 for the day. But it's a new day, new evening. So here we go. Let's see what's happening. I'm seeing weaker volume, so I am expecting an entry point close to like 5578 around there, the high of the previous day's trading, which was today, Monday. So what we saw on Monday was it went down and then it went up. But we had a big drop down first, and we retested what, 454.95. We didn't go all the way down to the low of Friday, but we were close. So the market is behaving like I expected it to. So we're going to go ahead and put up our 5-minute chart here. There we go. Let's get this a little bit better set up. I got a lot of lines drawn in here because, previous day's candles were pretty small, so we have new levels. Let me go ahead and put one right here. Looks like a good level here. And as we go forward, we'll start, maybe we'll keep all these lines in, It's just, if it gets too carried away, we got to go back and re-examine and just start looking at volume, our volume profile. And just mark off the point of controls. So I do have the volume profile indicator now. I have 3 indicators today. I don't want to add too many just yet. So right here we see the upper band of the VWAP converging with the point of control here. All right. So looking at this, there was an uptick in volume, some resistance there. So this is serving as good resistance. I'm expecting a move down, but since this movement is so slow going up and it seems to have been breaking every single level, you notice the red candles are on volume, right? So this shows me still a lot of selling pressure, but we are making our way up. So what this indicates to me is just another fake out, just like they did last week. People are probably still holding out hope for a market recovery right now. I just don't see it. I don't see, to me, when you see no news right now, that would be bad news to me. So no significant news that I know of out lately, except earnings are coming out, but I don't know. All indications point me towards market makers still wanting to bring the prices down, and we're probably going to be going into a range pretty soon. And I believe we're probably at the top of the range. I don't think we're going to be breaking into that next the supply zone too far. But we are in the upper range of the demand zone right now. This is where I have it marked off to where it's switching. So this is a significant level to look out for, in my opinion. We're seeing it break through, and I think we'll probably retest this area. And maybe I should make that a channel, but since I got that white line there, I'm just going to go ahead and put another level right there. Okay, so if I wanted to trade right now, I might just go ahead. If it pulls back, let's see what the volume is like. So big volume there, little pullback, and this might actually be a good entry with the target around here. But we're going to see how this candle plays out. So this session is only going to be an hour, and of course we're going to have lower volume. So don't be surprised if we only take one trade tonight. So just remember, win or lose, no regrets, just improvement. But yeah, if I see this pull back on low volume, I think I'm going to go ahead and enter in long. I'm going to adjust this level here based on the volume profile I see to the left there. So with that volume profile, if you just don't understand that just yet, what that tells you is past volume. Green is buys, whether it's exiting short positions or entries into longs. The red is exiting out of long positions or accumulating shorts. So right there you see more volume. So that would indicate to me a more significant level of support and resistance. But I'm thinking we're going to see a pullback, hopefully. That way we get a good entry. And I'm thinking it's going to go up here, pull back maybe, and then just we're going to be bouncing off of this level or this level in this range before coming back down. But we're just going to have to wait it out and see. Okay, this might be it. Let's just keep an eye on that volume bar. We have just begun this candle. I think we're 1 minute into it, so 4 minutes left. Looks like low volume to me. Yeah, let's keep going. Okay, a lot of people just like to wait for these candles to close, but what I like to do is just see how far I am into the candle. Once it gets like 2 minutes in and I'm seeing volume still at like a less than half of the previous, I think this is a good pullback entry right here. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in for 2 contracts because I'm going to be treating this like it's a $10,000 account. So our goal is to keep it above 90K. If it goes below 90K, we'll just consider that a blown account and we'll just reset. All right. So let's see here. Trade, create new order. I really don't like this system too much, but hey, it's what I got right now. So we're going to go to market, buy. All right, here we go. And we're going to stop at about 500. No more than 500. And we'll see where she goes. And now I got to figure out when I exit a position, how do I do it just by exiting one? I think I can modify this and separate these two. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. I have to figure this out. Tell you what we're going to do. When we get to a position to where we can lock in some profits, I say probably $100 would be a good lock-in. We're going to go ahead and lock that in, and then we're going to just sell one. And that should leave us with a stop of one. And then we'll just move, we'll just leave our other one there. So we'll just go ahead and close market if it gets above our stop, our notional stop at 100 profit. And we'll just hope for the other one to be a runner. We'll try that out tonight. Maybe it's best if we're really confident in the move just to leave one at our original stop, but I don't know. We'll see. I would rather not leave anything hanging out there to where I could lose, you know. If I'm in a winning position, let's just win, right? So it's looking good. You know, we may have entered a little early, but hey, we're seeing a little bit less volume, but that's okay because we got a green hammer forming with a long wick to the bottom, showing that you know, we got buying pressure, and I believe it is to this level. This will be our next significant level of activity, probably in this range even. So we'll see how she plays out. I'm going to go ahead and close Google Chrome now. Video is uploaded. So there it is for your viewing pleasure. And this video will be uploaded tomorrow. I just don't want too much stress on my processor just in case OBS wants to act up again. So if you're wondering what this blue line is, that was the quick note. I believe it was the
no
high
excuses,
or
but
low,
please understand I'm trying to process a lot of information at once.
So that's the high, and this is the low.
Recording and trading.
So we're above the high of Mundayz trading session.
So what I didn't realize was
and
that
that's
blue
okay.
line right there. That wasn't anything.
I do expect us to go back down, but I do expect a quick liquidity sweep up to here. But we're going to be looking at the volume. We may be closing out our position real quick because, again, we just started
and I was totally wrong.
Haven't really
the
gotten
top of the range
into
is
the
actually that white line
of what's going on right
and
now.
I realize now that,
I don't know. It looks like we're going up just for a quick,
some
quick liquidity.
Lines, like if there's two lines
we go back down
together. And one is
I don't know.
I
could be wrong. You know, you could always be wrong on your original thesis,
showing you, hey,
right? We could very well just be going up to
and I
newer
make
heights
another
here.
mistake too later,
And we're on our way. Maybe today was just a bear fake
figure
out,
out how to
and then at the end of the
partially
day,
exit my position.
we reversed, and now we're on our way
I
up.
was such a
I have
dummy.
no idea. We just
I
have to
increased my position,
be adaptable
instead of
and
actually
just keep our eye,
decreasing my position.
just to keep an
like,
eye out for
sell,
any thing that
I had
invalidates
long.
our
No,
ideas.
I was in a
So we're
short,
going to move this chart over a little bit. So
later on, I had to look up a
volume bars
video
better.
and figure that out. And I was like,
okay, so here we go.
Okay.
Do we see weakening on the upward movement
dumb
here?
mistakes, but
We
that's
are
because
one.
you can only
almost
handle
2 minutes
so much
in.
information at once. So
No, I'm not seeing a lot of
dumb
volume
stuff
right
through this
now, but
video.
I am seeing a
noticed
strong
that.
candle forming. So
Some really dumb
we'll see.
mistakes. So please don't judge me too harshly.
We will see.
But in any case, it
This is
kind of
another significant area of interest here.
Because if I would have sold,
Let's go to the left and see if
actually, I think it would
when's
have
the
been
last
okay.
time
But
this
we
level
actually
was
increased
reached.
our profitability.
Okay,
on that
so
one
it's like a
trade. You'll
little
see
range.
coming up.
This might be
And that
another
is all.
significant level. I'm not sure, but I think we got our lines close enough. We don't want to put too many lines in, then we won't know what's going on. All right, so we're seeing some resistance, right? And on lower volume, and we are 2.5 minutes in. So we're halfway in. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and close that out for a profit. Close position, that's a plus 50. Okay, we'll chalk that up as a win because I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure we maybe go with it. We might actually be going right back down. We might actually dip below here and then go back up. I don't know. We'll see. This might be a new range we play in. So I'm not expecting this thing to float up too high overnight. I'm still expecting us to stay within this range. It'll probably go right back down into that range of yesterday's or earlier today, Monday, right? The regular hours, high and low. But we're going to have to see. Let's get another visual inspection of where those levels are. Where's that blue line at? Did it disappear? Maybe it's hidden. Where is it? Alright, just bear with me, folks. I'm still trying to figure all this out. New to trading view. I'm just going to change it to a day real fast. I just want to make sure that I have the... Sorry about that. Somebody with their loud truck. But I just want to make sure that I do have my high and low marked off correctly here for the previous day. And we're showing one day. This is Tuesdays. And this is Mundayz. Okay, so it's right at that white line, I guess. All right, it was hidden. I'm just going to put this right above there. There we are, so we don't get confused. Okay. So, yeah, it's really... So we might go up and test that high again of the previous day and then come back down. That's my expectation. So you see a big candle, but don't let that, influence you in any way. That was probably profit taking. All this was just profit taking at the end of the day. Because if you look, actually, no, never mind. I forgot we're looking at the day chart. We're going to go back to 5 minutes here. There we are. Okay. So there's the high of the previous day. Now, yeah, so all this is probably just profit taking after hours, Let's see. When did the market close? It closed probably right here, right? 15, 55, 1600. Okay, so usually you'll see a big profit taking at the end of the day. So we dropped all the way down here. And I believe when we started climbing up, I had a puts contract that I did pretty well on. And I got out around this area because I was like, oh, okay, they're taking the profits now. So they got up here, and then a lot of people did go long on the way up, and bam, you see that quick drop. So profit taking by moneymaker on the way up, and then probably retail selling off at the end of the day. Our day trader friends, and they probably took their profits here. And then we go on, right? And then the price starts floating up and up and up. And I think this is the market maker's plan to bring us to the top of this range again to go ahead and keep doing what they do. And again, why would they bring the prices down? It's because they're holding cash and they have big positions to enter into. You never want to be holding cash because the longer you hold cash, the more value you're losing, right? You want to hold shares of a company, a hard asset of some kind. And these hedge funds, right? These institutions are managing retirement accounts, and to serve their clients, they don't want to be holding too much cash for too long. So they need to enter into better positions and grow the cash while they're bringing the price into a better range to accumulate. So I believe we may be in the top of a range right now where market maker is accumulating more shares and also, triggering the sell-offs at the top, entering into shorts to just profit off of retail traders as they ride the wave down. So we're seeing significant volume here. I'm going to go ahead and just draw another level here. We can always move that later if it changes, but looks like that's a significant level there. And we're seeing a red candle on volume. Okay, not too large of a wick, so this may just be another pullback for a long entry. We'll see. If the volume bar doesn't get too high, say we'll use probably this as a reference. If it doesn't get higher than this, and we see a wick form, a larger wick form at the bottom, this might be a good entry. Let's see. We are 3 minutes into the candle. So, yeah. We'll probably know whether we want to get in or out or stay out in about 2.5 minutes. Okay, so just another idea, right? I was kind of ignoring the RSI. The RSI is showing way overbought with the purple underneath the gold right now. So that is a bearish signal. We are very far away from the top band of the VWAP right now. So it does look bearish. I do not know how much longer this bullish move up really has. We may have reached the top here. So that kind of changes my mind. I'm not going to enter in long again. Not right now. In fact, this might be a good reversal. It's tough, though. It's tough. I mean, trying to time the market like this is pretty difficult. You have to be a real risk taker. You know what? I'm a risk taker, though. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to go short. Let's see. Just started a new candle, and the volume was pretty low on that red. But it's still higher than than most of these going up. You know what? Whatever. If we lose, we lose. I'm going to go ahead and enter into a short position here. We're going to go sell 2 contracts, sell market. Okay. I'm going to put our stop loss up here. So maximum 500 risk, right? But we're going to risk 325 and see where it goes from there. I mean, we don't have to risk 500 every trade. We could just put it right above here. Let's see if it breaks that level. Oh. I might just, use the data feed that I have and just plug it into NinjaTrader. I really do much prefer NinjaTrader's interface. You don't have to click modify. You don't have to click an extra button. You can just drag these usually, and it's much faster. But hey, that's okay. Maybe we'll do that in the future. Or I got to actually do some research and see if I can modify that setting, because I would rather just drag and drop rather than drag and then click, But yeah, let's see. So it's looking good right now. I mean, We got a Doge forming so far, and it doesn't look like the volume's picking up very fast. RSI is up in the overbought levels, quote unquote. That doesn't necessarily mean it's always overbought. I mean, look, it was over here and it still went up. So it's just another indicator. So I'm thinking probably this level is our next target, but it might just break through and go right back down to the upper band of the VWAP. Let's see if that has served as any kind of significant level. At the beginning of the move, it was. So, started bouncing off the. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not really significant right now. It just all depends, you know. Sometimes retail traders, more of them are looking at levels instead of actual indicators. They might be using moving averages right now. In fact, let's put some other indicators on there. Let's put an EMA, 8 EMA on there. Triple EMA. Let's do this. 7 EMA. And let's see what that looks like. So many lines. Nah, that's just too busy. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's see. Here we go. Well, maybe I could just modify this just to show one. Yeah, okay. So many EMAs. We'll just use the... Day traders like a shorter term EMA, I believe, if I remember correctly. I'm going to look that up real fast, but I do believe that's what it is. So the purple line. Let's see where the purple line is. I don't see any purple line. Do you? I do not. As I said, I'm still learning. I'm just going to delete it. It's of no use. So it looks like it's turning in our favor. Just got to wait it out. Okay. I looked it up real fast. We're going to use the 5813 triple indicator because I'm not so sure this VWAP is actually in play right now. So we're going to do this. Let's see. Triple EMA, right? Is that what we saw? Yeah, triple EMA, 5813. Okay. And we'll do this. TEMA. Okay, we'll just use the 9 EMA. That's fine. So right here, boom. And usually people use that as a resistance and support. Sometimes the time frame is too big to even be significant, but we'll see. We'll check that out. And we're still going to use the VWAP. And we are way above the VWAP right now. So in my experience, price tends to want to move back towards the VWAP. And since we've been on a bullish move, it seems to have been bouncing off of the wanting to float above the top standard deviation there, the top band. We'll see the POC's down here. So that's our next point of control. And price usually tends to want to come back down to the point of control also. So now let's observe this candle, right? It's pulling back against us. And let's see if there's volume on it. So we're 1.5 minutes in. I don't see any volume there. I see a downtick in volume. So retail is probably pushing this right now. And the market maker is probably going to keep pushing them down. Let's just see. Let's see if there's a wick that forms up top there. All right. I got stopped out pretty quick, so the volume came in. So yeah, it looks like we're not done yet. We're still going up. Still going up. That could have just been a stop hunt too, which would explain the fast move. But let's just wait. Let's just wait. Yeah, so there's that wick. I think, right before that happened, I was like, you know what? Let's move our stop up. But okay. Yeah, I'm going to enter in again. Oh, goodness. Sell two. Do that. And move our stop loss up here. 500. I think that's a better level. Okay. Hey, sometimes you just got to take that loss, you know? I mean, what else is that? That is a stop hunt, isn't it? I was just thinking, I was like, you know what? I can risk 500. I suspect there was a stop loss not going to happen. And right when I thought that thought, boom, that candle just stopped me out. It's okay. It's okay. Now watch it come back up. It happens that way sometimes. I'm going to move this level. Looks like this is more significant level here. Level of support. And this is just liquidity up here, just moving on up. Low liquidity zone. So when you're moving through areas where there are less sellers or less buyers, there are less sellers here, no sellers in sight, right? So market makers just taking those orders and more retail buyers, and it pushes it up. So let's see how this plays out. I am red on the day. And I tell you what, so we just don't sit here in silence. I like to play the guitar, so I guess I'll just noodle a little bit for you while we're just seeing how this all plays out. So we see big volume, big old wick. That tells me, yeah, we're probably at the top here. Okay, hey, this is working out good. So we're going to go ahead and move our stop down. We're going to lock in a profit here. We're just going to do 100. There we go. We're going to modify. Yeah, looks good. Okay. And now we're just going to see if we could just sell. Can I do this? It says protect position. I'm going to take profit. No, I don't know what this is. Let's see. Hopefully I get this done before I get stopped out, because I would like to see how this is done. Can I adjust the number? Too late. Got stopped out. Okay, so they came right back up. Let's see. Is it on heavy volume at all? No. How far are we into this? About 2 minutes in. Compared to all these. I think that's just retail thinking, hey, we're still going up. Some crazy action though. I'm going to go ahead and enter in short again. All right, let's do that. Okay, going to move our stop loss up here to 500. Actually, I'm pretty confident in this. I'm just going to leave it right there. I don't think they're going to go up for another stop hunt, are they? Are they? We'll see. So, risking 400 on this trade. I just want to see, how does this work? Can I just like sell and trading settings? Let's see, buy sell buttons. Do I want that? No, I don't need those. I haven't been using those at all. Profit and loss, okay. That's fine. Brackets, profit and loss, and money. Executions, execution levels. Okay. Huh. I don't know. If I just go like this, right? Trade, create new order. Can I just sell one? Or will that put me into another short position? See, I'm not really sure. We'll have that ready though. We'll see. Looking a little worrisome. You know, a hammer's forming, but still, I'm comfortable with it. We're still in overbought levels on the RSI. We do have a wick to the top. Well, it's moving. Let's see, we're almost finished with this candle. Let's see if they do another stop hunt. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Let's see if we just close this out, and I think we'll be on our way. Another winning trade. Just gotta be patient. So I may have entered into this trade a little early. Probably should have waited for one candle. But hey, whatever. Maybe I should be trading the 1 minute candle actually. The way this is so slow. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and just trade 1 minute. I'm not married to any one particular thing again. Like I'm trying out different things, you know, things you can do on a paper trading account. I'm not married to any single kind of strategy or hard set rules when it comes to the real-time trading right now. What I am doing is I'm trying to develop some rules, like hard rules, a system, if you want to say that. So we're seeing on minute by minute it's going up, but decreasing volume. So I'm pretty confident that this level of resistance here will hold. But we'll see. The POC is down here still. So we're kind of in no man's land, really. A lot of traders wouldn't be trading here, but I have limited time, you know, I only have an hour. So let's just get in some trades. almost at break even. Man, not looking good. Not looking good. We might be in this little channel for just a little while. In fact, shoot, I may be in this trade for just the rest of the session. I don't know. May have been trapped. Let's go ahead and move this. Well, we're going to go ahead and make another. Tomorrow, we'll just go back and re-examine whether these lines are that significant or not. And we might just erase some on the bigger picture. Like making support and resistance lines as you go during a day trading session is fine, you know, because you're zoomed in, especially overnight. But probably in the next session, if we're still in this range somewhere and there's way too many lines to deal with, I'll probably just go ahead and zoom out to the 1 day again and just start cleaning it up and reset for the next day. But we'll see how it goes. Let's see if it breaks through. I see volume increasing, but I see a little wick. Oh, man. Yeah. Come on. Get through there. You know you want to. Can't hang out up here forever, can you? All right, we're at break even. Nice. Breakthrough. Come on. Low volume though, man. Low volume on that. Well, let's see. It might just bounce right back up on me. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're at 50. I'm just going to try to sell this one and see if it works out. Like, if it does what I think it'll do. No, it just increased my position. Oh, goodness. I don't want to do that. All right, we're just going to lock that in. I got to do some research. Tomorrow, before I start the next session, I'm going to do some research on how to do it. How do I split that up to where I can split it, you know, and have two different stops for my different contracts? I just don't know. Don't know. Let me look it up. Let me see if I can find the answer. Be right back with you. Okay, so first result, I think this is AI produced here. So it says open the trading panel. I don't know what the trading panel is. uh, it's not that. Not that. Nope. It's going to be in settings somewhere. All right, just stay in this winning trade here. We're just going to move our stop accordingly. Nice. Hey, that was a good trade. See? Told you. There's the volume, and there it goes, and now we're just printing, right? In fact, we're going to keep moving it down. Yeah, keep moving it down. Next candle. Top of the next candle. Maximum profit. Okay. So let's see here. It says disable instant order placement. Go to settings, top toolbar, settings. Where is it? Right here, right? Okay, trading. Instant orders placement. It says disable. Well, I don't have it. Okay, it's not enabled. So, oh, you know what? That's what I want, actually. That's what I was complaining about earlier, isn't it? Okay. Click X to close position. Okay, partial close confirmation. Where is that? Partial close confirmation. I don't get it. There is none of that here. Select the quantity. I may just have to like watch a video. Okay, I'm gonna watch a video. I'm gonna mute this so you don't hear it, but we're gonna keep our eye on this. We're at 912 right now. That's sweet. We're gonna keep moving our stops down. I'm gonna watch a video and see if I can figure this out. Be right back. All right, everybody. I'm just watching a video right now just to figure out the obvious that I was supposed to buy my contract back, not sell it and increase my position. But as I said, so many things going on at once. It's just, you're going to make mistakes. And that's why, a lesson to be learned here is if you're going to be trading, like day trading in real time, it's best to not distract yourself with anything that's too mentally taxing, okay? Because you're trying to keep track of indicators, volume, and you're seeing numbers and pretty colors and all this. So don't get distracted. I mean, I was correct in my thinking, like, hey, we're going to buy a contract and that'll like have our position. Except I did the exact opposite. So I had the right idea, just 180-degree inverse of what I was thinking. Anyway, it did work out good for us, and I will still count it as a win on that trade because you know what? The idea was sound. It was going down, and I think we timed it okay. Can't time it down to the second, that's kind of impossible. Sometimes it happens, but most of the time it doesn't. Anyway, that is that. Oh, I'm sorry if you guys heard that. Oops. Anyway, all right. I guess we just buy. Let's do that then. Let's trade. Let's buy. Let's buy one. Jeez, I'm a little iffy about this. Let's see. It says you just buy, so let's buy. All right, nice. So now we just got one runner, right? Okay, we're gonna put this back up here. All right, we're gonna let this run, and we're gonna see if this acts as resistance, and we'll see if this can also defend our position. Hey, that was a great trade, right? So what do we lock in there? I don't know how much that trade was worth. Well, let's see. We can see. That was an $858 lock-in with one runner. Beautiful. All right. So I guess we could do it that way. We'll roll with that for now. What I would like to do is just have two different stops, but I'll have to do some more research on that. Anyway, back to noodling and just watching the money print. Hopefully. You know what? Let's put this stop to a nice round number. 150. Yeah, I can't. Okay, that's fine. 154. There you go. So, win or lose, right? We're locking in $154 there. And we're up 391 on that contract. We might increase our position again by 2 contracts, see if we could get another runner. And this might be it. This might be a good entry right here. Uptick on volume with the wick above. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's see. We're going to go sell 2. Oh, no. We want market, though. Trade sell 2. Market. There we go. And I wish, I'm going to mark where we actually entered there. I guess we'll just use this line. I think we entered right there. And we'll just use a green line. I wonder if it's like this. No. Yeah, I really don't know how to split the stop. That's the unfortunate part. But, if it starts coming back on me, I will just go ahead and buy 2 for a loss and keep my runner going. We can do that, right? Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. It's pretty nice to be able to buy your position and you're still up 391. Increase your position, you're still in the positive. That's awesome. We're in a good spot. So I expect a little pullback here. I mean, the RSI is in look at that, it's red territory. So the RSI is in red right now. So I do expect a little pullback, hit some resistance, and then come back down. So I'm not going to freak out just yet. Yeah, there's an uptick on volume on that candle, but look, see, quick rejection, right? So I think we're still going down. We got to get out of that supply zone. We do not want to stay there. I don't believe so. I don't think the market maker wants to stay there, at least. So I'm not going to stay up later. As soon as it hits 2100 there on this time, yeah, as soon as it hits 9, well, actually 2300 Eastern time, but as soon as it's 9 o'clock, I will just close my position and call it a day. I think we did pretty good. It was that one trade, right? Fantastic. We called it right. Excellent. All right, let's see. Low volume on that candle. I don't think it's turning on us just yet. You know, the reasoning is always, hey, if it comes down like that, it's got to come back up, right? Not always. You just got to pay attention to your levels and the volume. You know, let's see what's going on. I think we're okay. And since we're going to close this out anyway, we're not going to leave a runner overnight, and we don't have much time left. So I'm going to just lock it in. Lock it in. This ain't going to be a loss. We're not going to end on a bad note. I don't think I'm going to take another trade because I just don't want to get stuck with these slow movements, you know, and go beyond what I planned. Let's see. Maybe it just plummets right now. Hopefully. I mean, looks like it's getting ready to go. Had a lot of volume with a doge, another doge, and it's going red. Yeah, I think we're good. Come on. Just break that EMA. You know, you want to go through. Let's get back to that point of control. Huh? So POC, this might be our target right here. But let's see if it hits there. We'll just let it ride. Let it ride. Let it ride until the hours are done. Two minutes left. So 2 more 1 minute candles. Let's see what the 5 minute actually looks like on this. See what it's showing us. Yeah, we're looking at a comet going down, pointing down. On the 5 minute, this is just a regular pullback, right? Low volume. Oh yeah, beautiful entry here. Heck, I might even just be tempted to add to my position at this point. I don't know, but again, last trade. I'm not trying to impress anybody. So let's just go. Come on. RSI is coming back on up. Purple is above the gold, so that's a bullish indicator. But no volume, so that completely negates everything. We're right in the middle of the VWAP, and we're still above the VWAP itself, actually. But we're in the middle of this this upper band. Let's see what happens. Hey, at the very least, we got another winning trade, right? So how many trades did we make tonight? We made that one. We lost. No, we won. Yeah, we bought low, sold high. We did lose one trade though, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, that's a winner, right? Shorted, bought, shorted, bought, shorted. I didn't mean to increase my position. Bought. We added to our position here again. Let's see what that was at. 5559. So where's that green line? Yeah, okay, I was just about right. So 5559, it just needs to come down a tad. Yeah, that's where it is. It's more accurate. Right? Yeah. So we entered in 2 more positions there. It might have been a little early. Kind of came back on us. That's okay. On average, this is still winning, you know. And if I was, you know what we can do? We can just go ahead and maybe we could just let this run and see what happens the next day. Yeah, okay. Cuz I mean, we're already in the next day's trading hours, right? So, really the point where you can't hold intraday unless you actually have a $100,000 account covering those margins, is at time when market closes to when it opens back up again, which is, I believe, 4 to 5 p.m. So, yeah, we could hold this overnight and see what it does. We'll probably get stopped out, but even if we do get stopped out, we're still in the profit, 54 on average, you know. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, with that in mind, shoot, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to stay just for like 5-10 more minutes. I just want to see how this plays. We might just get stopped out. Let's see if we do. Let's play the market some music. Soothe the savage beast, huh? No. All right, we got stopped. All right, that's what I expected. No biggie. So let's just check it out. Let's see what our trades were. We did take a good profit there, so it averaged out to only $16 profit there. Not horrible, not bad. I mean, it's green. I'd rather see green than red, right? So today's trading, okay, our second trade was a loss. Yeah, we did get stopped out. That's what I thought. Where were we? So we bought, shorted, bought. Where was it? Closed short position. Oh no, that's not it. Closed short position at 55725. Up here, 55725. What was that? That was a loss? Oh, yeah, okay. Because I closed that out. What? Wait a sec. I don't get it. All right, let's see. I shorted at 556975. Right there. And that was what? The second trade of the day. Right here. Right? Okay, 556975. Ah, yeah. And I lost it up here. Okay, I bought again. All right, just on the chart, it looks good, but no. All right, that was my losing trade. I closed up here. I sold low, bought high like a dum-dum. No, I got stopped out. But hey, no worries. I was like, no, we're going down, so I entered in again. All right, and then I shorted, and then it's coming back up. I shorted here. Maybe should have waited, but wait, whatever. You can't tell the future, right? Shorted again. I didn't mean to increase my position. I was thinking, I was going to split it, have one runner, but I think it all turned out to my favor anyway on accident. Because we locked in a good profit down here on 2 contracts. So there you go. Locked in an $858 trade. And then at the end, we kind of averaged out to a win with our last runner and then our entry of 2 more contracts. So all in all, pretty good day. We're still refining our techniques, getting used to this interface. Yeah, I kind of like the click and drag thing, and I gotta see if we can split our position with the whole click and drag option on. Maybe not. If not, then I'm just gonna leave it for it to confirm my trades instead. So here we go. Let's just look and review what the market has done tonight. So we came up here, after market hours, started where? Yeah, right here. Where is it? Yep. 16:59. This is Eastern time, right? So yeah. Let's see. $1,600 market closed right here. I think. It was right here. No, that was the morning high. So we closed lower in the day, right? Okay. Closed right here. Then after market hours kind of drifted down. Then we opened again, new day's session, and we climbed up and up and up to test the previous high, or to try to test, and no, we ain't doing that. Came right back down. Let's see what we expect to happen here. I'm just going to make a quick prediction. Let's move this down a little bit. So my prediction is it's probably going to range a little bit, right? You're going to see it range, maybe go up a level, down a level. But I imagine we're probably going to open up the next day somewhere in the middle here in this range. So I expect anywhere from 520 to 5540. Somewhere around there, maybe a little higher. Maybe, I would say maybe a little higher. For the past couple of days of trading, it seems like they want to open up at the top of the channel. There's so much optimism in the market. It's building, right? As time goes on, I think we're going to see more positivity come in, but more bull traps until we retest these levels down here. So it's going to be a slow move down. It's going to be choppy, right? It's going to be real rangy, maybe even for a few months until we finally drop and then go back up. And when we drop, everybody's going to be like, recession. Oh, this is the biggest recession since the Depression. And then trade deals will start being made and whatever. And then we're going to start being more optimistic. And then Trump's prophecy comes true. America's going to be back greater than ever. Anyway, remember, folks, this on the screen has nothing to do with what's actually going on in the world. It's just a game they playing with you. All right. So be happy, be content. We're Americans, and if you're an American especially, you are far wealthier than 98% of the whole world. Just think about it. The poorest people in our country are richer than some of the well-to-do folks in other countries. It's mind-blowing to think about, but it's true. It's true. So yeah, that's what I think. And bearish till proven otherwise. Where's my bear? Is he here? Is he still on the chart? Where is he at? I know he's somewhere, right? I know I had him. Let's put this on the daily. Let's find him on the daily. Where's our bear at? Where's our Care Bear? Okay, what's going on? We're going to put this on 6 months. And there we are. Okay, the big picture. Where'd our bear go? He disappeared? I guess we didn't save him with him on the chart. Okay, that's okay. We're going to put our bear back. Because we're still Care Bears right now. And we need a little reminder. Let's see. Icon. There he is. Boop. There we are. We're still Care Bear. All right. So where are we right now? We are at the very bottom of resistance. And I believe we're going to be coming back down into the demand zone. And we're going to be ranging right here. And we're going to have a lot of trading sessions overnight in here. Up to the top, to the bottom. And we're going to be forming a lot more levels. In fact, I see another level I should probably mark off right here. Let's turn that yellow. Yeah. And I think we're just going to be bouncing back and forth in this demand zone. I'll mark this off. There we are. And we're going to be, going up and down through these floors until we eventually break through this floor. And this right here. No, I don't think we're going to get into demand zone 2 again. I think this is done. I mean, I don't even think we were meant to hit over here in the first place. I think this was the real area they wanted to be. So I think we're going to range, and we're going to retest this level again, hopefully sooner than later. But the longer that we stay up here in these levels, the worse it's going to be for everybody, okay? The longer the time is going to be before the bull run happens again. So we're going to be chopping through here. And every time we get down to this level, I'm going to be looking for decrease in volume and smaller red candles with wicks to the top. Actually, wicks to the bottom and then looking for a long position to go up. And then we're going to be reevaluating each level again, looking for weakening strength and weakening volume. RSI getting up to overbought levels, and we're going to start shorting again. And we're going to play these ranges, I believe, for the foreseeable future. But, I tell you what, here's how it goes. Today, it could be up, it could be down, it could be sideways. Over the next few months to a year, it's most likely going to be up. At least over 2 years, definitely going to be up. Longer term than that, it's always going to be zero, because nothing in this life lasts forever. All right? Just remember that. And within that context, you can break it down to shorter time frames until you're in the moment. But remember, no matter what you think about the overall picture, oftentimes it can be disconnected from the moment in just one instance. Okay, so you got to be quick on your feet, be adaptable, make these things second nature, to where when you're trading and there's high volume and you see these candles going up and down, you don't need to think about anything. You just enter in, set your stop, and let it ride. Okay? And no regrets. Most of all, no regrets. Anyway, have a good night. This is A-Team Trading Strategies signing off.